So good morning, good morning, good morning. I was so happy to see all of you guys on this morning and really listening to Jamil this morning and passing on some amazing knowledge. I'm always so excited to get on those calls because everything that he passes down, it is so similar, but there's so many different nuggets that I get out of it every single time. And I don't know about you, but I literally wrote down notes like crazy. Yeah, there you go, Leslie. Yep. And that's what I do. And that's what I want to encourage you guys to do is every single time that we're on training and stuff like that, write down notes, write down things that we want to get better at and things like that. So I kind of wanted to take this opportunity to really just kind of debrief and talk about what we learned, from our little 2-hour training session this morning. My God, the value that's given in this company is just so flippin' insane. People would pay hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars for this kind of stuff. And so I just kind of want to see what you guys have gotten out of it and really share our hearts. Like, what does this mean to you? What do you know that you need to work on? What is it that you liked? What is it that finally clicked for you? Anything? I really want to share because a lot of us sometimes will grab certain things that they've heard and they'll go, oh crap, I didn't even hear it that way. And this is how we grow as a team and become more and really push and motivate each other to have our businesses grow and things like that. So I think I'll probably take Erin off first this morning and because I haven't seen this gal in forever and I miss her. So Erin, hi honey buns, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I know I've been a little bit absent since September, really. I haven't done shit, let's just say that. I've done a lot, but I haven't done really anything with Optavia. But yeah, there was a lot of gold nuggets in there today. I really feel like he talked a lot about just supporting each other, like supporting our community, supporting our coaches, and basically just kind of giving everybody the tools as they need them. And just exactly what you do with us, Annika, because, of course he taught you, but just in time training and showing us the way through our questions. And, he gives us the answers by us finding the answers. That's basically what I got out of it. And just like huge support. Basically, that was it.
So what does that mean to you personally I know that you've been gone for a little bit, you've had some things going on in life and we do, stuff happens. Like, what has that meant to you? Because I know that we haven't been on in a while. Like, why did you decide to pop on and get back on here?
Well, it's always in my head. It's always in my head. I still have clients. I still have people I check on. I still have coaches. And actually, today is my 1-year anniversary for signing up as a coach, which I need to renew today, by the way. Yeah, I just felt like I needed to be on. Like, I really need to get myself back on track personally. And I need to make sure that I'm reaching my goals. And I haven't been. So I've kind of put myself on the back burner. So I'm ready to put myself first again and start just going for it. So that's why it was important. And like I said, it's been 1 year today, so it's my anniversary.
New goals, new dreams, anniversary date.
Yeah.
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 I love it.
And I miss you guys too. I hear from Jerry and, of course you, Annika, and Linda, and, Shanna, but I miss y'all. And our team has grown, obviously.
Yeah, it keeps growing every single day. I love it. Oh, hon. Well, we miss you. And, the important thing is that you're still here with us. That above all is the most important thing, is that we're still here. We're still showing up. We're still trying to grow, trying to become more, trying to do more, and just not giving up. And that's what I love about you and your heart, sweet pea. And we're here for you. And yeah, big heart. Oh, thanks for sharing, baby doll. All right, so let's see here. Miss Leslie, I think I'll take you off of mute here because you're on here like twice here. It's cracking me up. So talk to me, girl. What did you get out of today?
Well, a couple of things he said about being coachable and listening to directions. You know, at the beginning, I know I told you I was really good at that. So, I got a lot. I mean, I actually picked 5 people that I think that I would want to be in business with. You know, really, really thinking about them and really looking long term, not short term, long term. Who do I want to work with? And like you were saying, who do you want to be, you know, have as your coworkers? I have 5 specific people that I feel really, really good about in my heart that I can see long term that we would be able to just talk like we do here and, you know, those kind of things, and that they would be coachable. So it's a matter of working on them. I've also started, as everybody knows, I've fallen off also. I have a big list already for this month because I did a couple posts this week that got some really good interaction, and just becoming more accountable to doing my 3x3x3 and looking at it from the perspective of the 3 to 5 years, not 3 to 5 months. That was big for me. Because instead of being panicky and saying, well, what am I going to do now to get in March of next year? I need to be looking farther out. You know, Chuck's not going to be doing this forever. I want to be able to take this wherever we go. And I want it to be something that I can do after I leave the state. That's what I'm looking for. So that was big to me this morning.
I think what I love hearing about that with you too is that you are looking at this long term. It's not like you're treating this like a hobby. You are treating this like a business and you view it as a business, and that you're really starting to say, okay, well, who do I want to invest in? Who do I really want to work with? It's not about just grabbing anybody, right? I mean, I think in the beginning I did that and I kind of went, ooh, wow, crazy, you know, like I still want to give this gift away to everybody, but who do I really want? You know, like, do I want to sit there and, you know, like Jamil was talking about today, beat the hearts of somebody, you know, they got to want it for themselves, and really have amazing people who've got really good hearts that are loving, that are fun to be around, that like crack me up. Like last night we went out all together and I was dying laughing between Rachel and Lisa and Slim and Angie, and it was just a freaking blast. Like, this is my tribe. You guys are fun. I want to be around you guys, right? I don't want to be around somebody who I'm constantly having to, you know, like pick up pieces all the time, right? So, you know, that's a really amazing takeaway. I like that a lot. So, and you know, so many of us are concentrated on the instant gratification. I was talking to Jamil about this yesterday, is that so often we look at what we're doing right now is needing to have that instant gratification, that instant payoff. Well, I did this many health assessments. Why haven't I signed somebody up right now? Right? Mm-hmm. So like this last month, I have been going like crazy, and I talked to Jamil about it, and I said, well, you know, my volume, that wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, but that doesn't mean that that isn't going to fulfill later on down the road. What I'm doing right now is going to populate maybe next month, maybe 3 months from now, maybe a year from now. That's okay. But I'm not going to stop doing the work just because I'm not getting the instant gratification right now. Right? So you looking at that, not the 3 to 5 months down the road, but the 3 to 5 years down the road. Yeah. What does that look like for you and your family? How dynamically different is that going to be, when you have that 10 acres and that little lake and all those things that we talked about, and you're having a blast with your family and you're not having to work the 9 to 5, right? Yeah. Oh, I love your heart.
It excites me.
Right.
Yeah.
These are the things that we say. Wake up every morning and say, what do I want to create? Why am I doing this? What's the purpose behind this? Who am I going to touch? Who am I going to have fun with today? How am I living my freaking best life and bringing those crazy people along with me? Like, this is what I love.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find more people like that. I love it.
I love you.
I love you too. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I am going to, I think, go next to Lisa because I'm really intrigued. I saw her really paying attention to Jamil this morning. I know she's got a big soft spot in her heart for him too. So I am so curious what you had really gotten out of Jamil this morning and what he kind of brought to the table.
Are you talking to me? I get lost in Jamil. I have to remind myself to focus on his words because his smile and his eyes just mesmerize me. He's so cool.
He's amazing.
Yeah. I just really try to really slow down and focus on everything he says. I get easily overwhelmed with too much info, and I think you know that already about me. I think I'm more of the type of person that learns by observing and experiencing at a slower pace. So I'm trying to keep myself from being overwhelmed because I want to enjoy this, because what I'm doing now, I have about 8 clients. I'm enjoying it. I still feel shaky. I don't know where all the info is. You know my weaknesses. And I know too, and I want to work on them, and I'm going to work on them. But I really listened, and what I heard him talking about is where I made my mistakes by bringing on coaches, because I persuaded them that this is what they wanted rather than listening to them tell me, that this is what they wanted. I told them and it didn't work. So I kind of learned that really fast. I'm learning a lot really fast about how my decisions felt right when I was doing them. But I can see now when I listen to you or Jamil or anybody else how, yeah, I can see where maybe I need to change my way of thinking. You know what I mean? I am a slower pace, but I still am a perfectionist, and I want to do everything right, But I want to feel confident about what I'm doing. I already feel confident that I love the program, that it's in my heart, that I love helping people. That just like it's on my mind all day. It's on my heart all day. These people that I'm helping, they're like on my heart all day. Like, this is really filling me up, So, but I know I need to pay attention to the secretarial part of it, which is my weakness, but that's what I need to work on. And I can't wait to come to your new house. And maybe, like, I was thinking today, we should have like a whole weekend slumber party where we're all just locked in your office and we get to ask you anything we want, and we can have all the coffee we want. And I just think that'd be great, because like I could probably keep you busy just by myself.
Well, it's going to happen, actually. Not to cut you off, is something I'm going to talk about at the end here. So, yeah. I love that. I think what I heard you say, really, Lisa, is really about that confidence, to have that confidence. And it doesn't matter what pace we go at, right? Everybody's paces are so different. And it just depends on what we want and why we desire those things. And what your needs and desires are definitely isn't going to be, say, what Rachel's are or Aaron is, you know, or Jamel's. That's okay. That's a really good thing, you know, and to not have an emotional attachment to that or feel guilty because it's not that way. You know, I think that to have confidence and to be competent in what we do makes things so much easier. And that's always my goal, is to help you guys be confident and competent. And, you know, it's not always about the pace, although I want to help you go as strong as possible, as quickly as possible for you and your goals. But if that's not right, it's different pace for everybody. So if your goals are like right here versus somebody who's like, I need to get here right flipping now because of this, then I'm going to be like, all right, now we need to work this, and we're going to have to push through things. But that confidence level actually starts to grow once we become more competent in what we do. And that's something that we all work on, right?
I feel that. I know where I need to grow, and there's a lot of places I need to grow, and I want to. This is something that I love, and though I'm not putting my whole life aside for it, because I'm not saying that this is the only thing I want to do right now, but maybe someday it will be. I'm very open to it because I really do love it.
Makes your heart full, like you were talking about. You think about it all day long.
Yeah.
That's the kind of passion that was with me. I thought about it all day long and what I had in that opportunity, and it just filled my cup so much that that's what motivated me to keep going, even when I was a little bit tired and things.
But you know what, Annika, it's not even just about me helping people get to a healthier place. Here's an example. I watch you more than you know. I may not appear to be paying attention, but I really am. And you know, you talk about you're going to go to the Ronald McDonald House and cook, and that's great, and that's good. You know, you're giving back. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, I need to give back somewhere. You know, where do I need to give back at? So you put me into a place of just kind of reflecting on myself. You know, sure, you know, I help people and try to get them healthy and stuff, but I need to now focus on giving in my community. You know what I mean? So you're teaching me, this old dog, new tricks. I used to help in my community all the time, but life got busy and I stopped. I still help by giving every Tom, Dick, and Harry money when I can, you know, and without my husband knowing. But I want to give back physically. Like, I was thinking my passion is with senior citizens. I used to take my daycare kids into the senior homes and let them touch them and love them and stuff like that. So I'm kind of leaning towards going back to the senior living homes and doing what I can there, you know. So anyways, that's just a little side note, you know, about how it helps me to grow personally, you know.
We rise by lifting each other up and helping each other. And when we start to do the things that really mean the most to us, we start to be the change for everybody else. When Jamel started to tell me that what he was doing was taking 30% of his income through Optavia and giving back to the community, he planted that seed, and I went, I'm not giving back the way I want. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm not sharing this and helping other people who need this, and it's not just about this program.
Right.
And that's what we talk about with the trilogy. It's about, how do you give back? For me, that's the most purposeful thing, is how do I give back to people? It's not what I gain. So you know, write out those things. I mean, we can work one-on-one with those, and just I do it every single month. I started it already for December. The things that I want to start doing, my goals and all those things, and they're different. They're my health, they're me time, they're home, being social, financial, dreaming big, all of these things. So whatever it is you want to create, we can show you how to start living in structure, like Jamil said, and using that calendar, because then otherwise what really becomes not, you know, what is really important to us doesn't become a priority because of daily lifestyle,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. You made me sad the other day because I do self-reflect when I talk to you. And this is hard to say, but I don't put a time aside for my kids. I don't. And I'm going to.
Let's work on that, babe. Okay.
I don't give him that one night. And I can tell just when he asks me questions that he already knows the answer to. It's because he's trying to pull me in for conversation. You know what I mean? And yeah, that woke me up a little bit when you said that. Okay, so I don't live in a calendar. And I think, I know I don't live in a calendar because, secretarial stuff is not my thing. But now I'm realizing it's not secretarial stuff, it's setting aside time.
When I started this, I'll be honest with you too, Lisa. Jeremiah got really upset with me because Jamil said, you're going to want to start living in structure. And Jeremiah said, I'm not going to be an appointment on your calendar. And I said, I need to do the things that really matter to me most and make those a 10 on my priority. And the only way that I'm going to start to do that, instead of stop making excuses and letting my life run me, is for me to run my life. And that's how we start running our life. Because now we can prioritize those things. Those are big rocks. Family time, baby. Why are we doing it? Why are we living life? But if it isn't for our kids, our family.
I know my daughter's graduating and oh my God, I don't know where the time went.
So we'll work on that.
I need more children.
No. Okay. So big thing with me, I'm not going to tell you no, but that was my thing where I was like thinking about having a kid again. And what it was for me was that I missed the first 3 years that I had really spent with Jacob because I wasn't being present.
Right.
Right? There's a
Better
difference.
late than never, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's a difference between being present and just being there. And I can't remember, it's another P word, but I'm not good with these things yet. I'm growing. But that's the thing that we can start talking about.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing my heart.
Thank you, everybody, for the comments. I always forget that they're over there. I just saw them. I appreciate you guys. You guys are cool.
This is family. This is what this is all about.
Oh.
Okay. It's always a tearjerker session. I love it, though. That means that we're getting to the heart of what really matters and why we're doing what we're doing, guys, right? If it doesn't touch part of your heart and your soul, we're not diving in deep. All right, Rachel, I'm pulling you off. What did you kind of grasp from the training this morning from Jamil and everything else? What is it that you kind of went, huh? What kind of rocked your world? Oh, you can't hear me? Can anybody else hear me? Yeah? You can't hear me, Rachel? Oh, I think your internet. Maybe it was your internet that was going funky the other night. Can't hear you. I don't know. Maybe try it on your phone. I'm going to mute you and go to someone else. Try logging in on your phone, see if that works. So let's go to Sherry. Are you available to talk, Sweet Pea? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ah, hey, baby. How's it going?
It's going. I'm still waking up.
Oh, I know. You work crazy hours, poor girl.
Yeah.
Did you happen to hop on Jamel's training this morning at all, love?
Yes, I did. I was a little late, but I did.
Oh, cool. What did you kind of grasp from it? What were your kind of takeaways, and what was it that did anything hit home for you? Anything that kind of helped you? What was it?
Well, I don't have any coaches myself yet, but um, one of the things I did get from it was that I need to adjust to their personality, not them to mine, because that's one thing I have a big issue with, not just there, but at work, at home. So I can be cranky sometimes if I don't get my way, but I am working on it. But that, and the fact that I just need to work more on me to get where I want to be.
I think that's huge. You know, Jamel talks about this stuff all the time, is the fact that we're never going to be able to grow and become more in our business until we grow and become more and do the work. I mean, when we look at this, it's all self-development. This program, we're building leaders. We're
Right.
building better versions of ourselves. And as we were hopping off this morning, Jamel was talking about it's really hard to offer something to somebody that you don't have.
Right.
And that really rang true with me. And what I hear you saying right now is working on you through adjusting, working through on you with all of these things. You are going to be able to help more people when you start to claim and start to be more.
Right.
It's a really good takeaway. I think it was probably one of my favorite takeaways too. Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, it needs some work, but I'll get there.
Don't we all though?
Yeah.
The fun in life.
It is.
Thanks for sharing. I love it. Thank you, babe. Okay. Rachel, love bug. Let's see if you're there. Can you come off now?
Good.
Yay! All right, girl, your turn.
To be honest with you, it was completely overwhelming because I had my 3 clients who dropped off, so I'm not anywhere near taking on a coach. But I did enjoy just listening, for myself as a coach, what it'll look like in the future. But yeah, it was a lot.
What did you maybe grasp about the training and how it applies to you, not necessarily for bringing on coaches, but what did you grasp from maybe a personal standpoint on how you came on as a coach? Because you've been in this just a little over 30 days now, coach yourself. What did you grasp that maybe you thought was cool, maybe that we didn't do, things like that?
I feel like we did a lot of it, but one thing was that I had come to Lisa and told her that I wanted to, and I spent a lot of time in the beginning even finding clients, like not necessarily forcing it on them, but like trying to talk them into it. And then when they dropped off, realizing like you can't talk somebody into anything or tell them how, they need to be healthy. They need to really want it at the time, and just to be okay with moving on to the next one and not devoting all my energy into that one person who's just not going to come around. They may come around later. So I took that from it. A lot, like I said, a lot of the other information was really overwhelming because I don't have coaches. So I do like all the things he was talking about, create your support chat, and, you have your coach and your mentor in there. And it's like, I have that. I don't feel like we're missing anything. And obviously, Jamil is yours. So you follow his lead, and I enjoy that because it's nice to have that support when I need it. But I think it's something that I'll rewatch come the time that it is for me to start exploring bringing on coaches.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said you can't want it more for people than they want it for themselves. Mm-hmm. And what he said is intrinsic motivation. When Lisa presented this offer to you, Rachel, you had that intrinsic motivation. Mm-hmm. Lisa didn't have to sit there and try to pump your heart. You're like, well, what do I do now? What about this? How about the next call? How about this? You were craving. You were asking us, like, let's go. What do I need to do now? I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And I think if you grasped anything from that call is I think that that's probably what you realized is you yourself have that intrinsic motivation, whereas to the clients that maybe you brought on, maybe didn't have that. And that's okay. And maybe it's just not right at this time. I mean, you know.
And I'm starting to focus on people I don't know, because what it is the ones I brought on work with me. So it's like they saw, it was like the shiny new object, like that your friend has that now all of a sudden you want. And then once you get it, you're like, maybe I didn't really want this, or not interested in it 5 minutes later. So my focus now is people I don't know, because those people don't know me previously. They can get to know who I am now. And they don't have this preconceived notion of like, oh yeah, Rachel's trying this right now, but we remember when she tried Slim Fast and the pills and the everything else. So that's kind of nice. You get to recreate who you are, and I've become a different person than I was, 2 months ago. And so they get to know that person, and it makes it much easier.
It's so beautiful to watch how you will transform along this journey. And that's what it's really about. Some will, some won't, some do, some don't. Some are not right now, some are later. And these people that you have brought into your life and on program right now, they might come on later when they see that it's different. They may just see this as a shiny new penny right now, but what they're going to see later is that crisp $100 bill that is just nothing like it has ever been. Mm-hmm. You are going to be so dynamically different, and once they see that change in you, it's either going to intrigue them or not. We just don't know when. You know? So.
I just want to tell Lisa I love her.
Aww. We all love
amazing mom.
Got a lot of amazing mamas on. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks.
You're awesome. All right, so let's see here. Who do we want to pick next? I don't know. Let's go to Jerry, since she just crossed her arms. I'm watching you.
That's because I'm cold. I just had to go out and start my car to get the boys. They're on their way to their basketball game. John took my truck and is taking them. So, but it's freaking cold. I can't get warm. Yeah, I like Aaron have been I've been present but disengaged. I think that's the best way to say it. So today I hopped on because I want to re-engage. I want to basically go back to basics. I want to go back from step one and go, why did I start this? What am I working on? Why is this important to me? It's digging back into my why so I can find it in others. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've been a little stuck in my own head for a bit now. I have a tendency to overthink. I'm sorry. Boo just tried to jump up on the couch and missed, so that made me laugh. It was very funny at the moment. Sorry. I tend to overthink. I always overthink. I get stuck in my head and then it paralyzes me and I don't do anything. So listening to him today, just kind of like, just take the plunge, just go. You've got to be in action. And the more you do it, the more confidence you will build and the better you will feel. And that to me is what I needed to hear today. So it was a lot of that. It was watching the messages. It was remembering the excitement I felt because I'm approaching my 1 year on program as a client. So it was important to me to go back to that moment and remember, why did I start? Why was this important? What have I gained from all of this? And why is that important to me to give that away to other people? So that's my message this morning, and that's what I needed to hear from myself.
I love it. I don't know if I could add anything to that. You and I just kind of talked about this on Thursday, Yeah. That's good. Out of that, what cures all is action. And
it's action, but it's action with a purpose. I've been in action without purpose, just for the sake of, yes, I posted. Yeah, okay, I did it. You told me I have to, so I did. That's not purposeful. That's just fake. So it's action with a purpose, and I need to get back to that. What's my purpose? Why am I doing this? Why do I care more about you than you're caring about you right now? And that goes from myself too. So I need to have that purpose back in my life of why. And I just lost that for a while.
okay. We all go through it. Mm-hmm. I'd be lying if I wasn't say that I wasn't. I mean, sometimes we lose sight of it, and we call that structural tension, right? With that rubber band. I mean, we get to our goal or we just kind of lose momentum. Good nuggets. Good nuggets. So funny. Hey, I got you laughing.
Yeah, it's been it's good. Told you I need to find that belly laugh. Need to have those moments where it just makes me want to. I need to be more like Annika, but I don't really necessarily want to pee my pants. I just want to figuratively say it.
Oh, come on. Everybody wants to pee their pants like Annika pees her pants.
No. Figuratively, yeah. It's literally not so much. I don't have enough that fit yet at the moment to kind of go wasting them. And I still have to wear them to work.
We're going to get you to laugh so freaking hard. We need to do more events.
Okay, challenge accepted. Let's go for it.
Oh, Christina, you can buy me some Depends for Christmas. Seriously, you guys light up my Christmas tree. You could just, so funny. You could just put them under my Christmas tree. Oh my God. You got to make fun of yourself. You've got to have fun. You've got to live life, and that's the main thing, right? Keep the main thing. Tracy Scares talks about that all the time. What's the main thing? Live flippin' life. Isn't this why we're doing it? Live life. Have fun. Bring people along. Be the best version of you possible. I'm going to live my life peeing myself every time I play dodgeball or sneeze. One of the two. But. All right. I'm going to pull Slim off this morning. So I want to introduce you guys to Slim. She's been with us here for about a couple of weeks, but she's just amazing. She kind of introduced herself last week, but she's so new to this. It's amazing, but I want to hear, what did you take away this morning? And your thing might be a lot like Rachel's, where you're so new in this, in the game and stuff like that, from the perspective of what we did maybe, you know, you and me, and what you thought were some amazing golden nuggets for you as you learned about how to really, well, be strong in coaching.
Well, for me, I am pretty new, but because I'm so new, everything that Jamil said was everything I've been experiencing because I have you as a coach and Jamil trained you. So for me coming on to the organization or the company or the family, however you want to look at it, and being fairly new, that mindset for the company has already started to shift. So I've been fortunate enough to be able to be exposed in the proper ways where they have that just-in-time training. You know, you have helped me with things that I asked, but then you always point me in the right direction of how to find it myself as well, which is that natural, you know, coaching method that he talked about, is getting people to kind of get into action on their own. So it's not that I didn't find anything, you know, profound, because the whole thing was profound. I feel like it's everything we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. So nothing was a surprise except for that he went over for more than an hour extra time, but there wasn't anything that I hadn't already heard or seen happening in my own life. So I was appreciative of the consistency between what he talks about and what you're doing as a coach. Some of the things that kind of stuck out to me outside of just not surprised that it's exactly what I've been walking with you since I started, was the be confident, be competent, comparison. I'm a pretty confident individual as it is. I've always kind of, you know, walked with a straight posture. I've always had my head up. I've really always kind of been that type of person. But when starting out, you know, with this, like anything new, you don't have, you know, you don't know everything. So you don't have the same level of confidence you might have with something else. So I, being a paper person, wrote it down in my fancy little book that I got in my coaching kit, just as a reminder for myself, because I like to use those reminders. It's important to, even if you have the tools, to completely brush up on them on a regular basis. Like always touch back with what you know and sharpen those tools. You don't want to just have that tool and put it in your toolbox and maybe you don't use it for a while, because when you pull it out, it's not going to be, it's like a knife. It's not going to be ready. Right. So just revisiting that on a regular basis for me is important. And that's why the calls with Jamil are great, because I might have seen it or heard it, but hearing it and seeing it from someone else's perspective just solidifies what we're learning and what we're trying to do. So, you know, the calendar thing, I live in my calendar, but I'm starting to use not just my paper calendar. I'm also putting it in my phone and on my computer. So, which is what I used to do when I worked in office supportive type roles. I lived by that calendar. And so I wrote down, you know, get your calendar squared away, because there are trainings that I haven't been able to attend because of other things that have going on in my life. I'm trying to restructure that so that I can, you know, engage in that as well to grow myself and my business. And then there's one thing I think that's really important that you guys may have heard this before, you may not have. I have an HR background. So I laughed because the first time I ever told my husband this, he's like, did you make that up? And I said, no. And he's like, because it sounds like an HR thing, but it's not. I don't even know where I ever heard it. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the 6 Ps. And the 6 Ps are prior, planning, prevents, piss, poor, performance. So when you have those intentions to completely start your day with, I'm going to do these calls, I'm going to make sure I get this training, I'm going to do these appointments, I'm going to get my workout in, I'm going to do whatever it is, and we don't tell ourselves those stories that we can't get it done or the reasons why we can't get it accomplished, then those 6 Ps fall into place and our performance is so much better. And I had forgotten about that temporarily with the hecticness of my schedule. And then talking to Jamil, he's like, get your calendar straight, make sure you have your trainings in. And the 6 Ps just popped right up in my brain. I was like, duh, I know this. So there's things that he probably doesn't even realize that he touched on, you know, with things that I have from my past background that are resurfacing now that I'm in this experience, as he likes to call it. So, I mean, it was lengthy this morning, but it was helpful. And I much like Lisa, like his smile is so beaming that it's hard to pay attention to anything else. But once you focus on what's going on, I think there's just so much that he has to offer. And he's so successful at what he does because he believes in what he does. and he passed that on to you, and you're passing that on to us. And so it's just kind of like one of those, like the giving tree. You know what I'm saying? And it's that training that you're giving us to be successful and go out and find the right people. And lastly, my favorite part is the choosing the people with intention that you want to do business with. You approached me to become a coach before I even really thought too much about it, based on kind of the way I do my Facebook and our mutual friends and things like that. And you kind of came to me in a time when I wasn't really ready to think about it. But it was about putting that out there because you felt like this would be a good fit for me, even if I didn't see it right away. And so he's done the same thing with the people he used as an example. So finding those people that are going to fit perfectly is a tool that I'm not sure I have yet, but I'm going to hopefully find and be able to implement. And that's going to make such a huge difference with the people that I decide to bring on, because their success is going to be greater because I carefully chose them. And go Bucks.
There it is. Oh.
And I got to go in a few minutes. I got to get out of here in like 10 minutes. So I have an appointment. Bill ran way over, so
I know.
But I do have an across town meeting that I've had scheduled for a few days. So
all good. We're gonna wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. So I value everything that you said and everybody else is saying too. You know, I think the intention, right? How are you starting your day with intention? Most of us just wake up in the morning and let our lives run us. But when you start with intention, why am I going to do these things? Do the things that I'm going to do. Why is that so important to me? Am I going to let my excuses get in the way? All of these things. We talk about our performance. How's our performance going to be for the day? That's why we start off drinking water, fueling ourselves. It starts with intention. It sets us up for success. Talk about miracle morning, all of those things. Posture. That's exactly what you were talking about, Slim. How are you posturing these things? And when I postured coaching to you, it was because I knew in my heart of hearts, just like everybody else here, you guys are coachable. You guys got the biggest freaking hearts out of anybody I know. You guys have huge dreams and desires to impact so many lives, including yourselves and your family. You guys are what I've been looking for. Because I've been looking for that in myself. It's a reciprocity. It's the giving tree, just like you were talking about. Jamil saw that in me. I saw that in you guys. So who are you looking for? I am intentionally, and I have already done this. I've already done my map for the month. Don't worry if you haven't reached senior coach yet. We'll talk about this. I've already got my contact list, and I have like 5 of them here. I'm already intentional. You guys, I already had this done 2 days ago and planning out what my month's going to look like. I am intentional about almost every single thing that I do. Is it exhausting some days? Yeah, it's freaking exhausting. My goals don't give a crap about how I feel. I have big goals, and my goal is to be the best mom, the best wife, the best person that I could be, the best mentor coach that I can be. I'm not doing this just for me, guys. I'm doing this every single day so that I can pass this on to you to make you guys successful. If I start slacking off, well, yeah, it's going to affect me. But you know the guilt associated with that, how it's going to affect you guys? Holy crap. That's what keeps me going, too. I want to make you guys successful. This is why I keep pushing day in and day out. And to have some fun because I love it. So, thank you, Slim. I love you, baby. All right, I'm going to bring one last person off. I'm going to bring Angie off this morning and talk to her because I want to hear what she got. So, Missy, are you there?
Yes.
All right, baby. Lay it on us.
I think it was kind of more of a reiteration of some of the stuff that we've had before with you and Jamil and some of the other people, but putting it into a perspective of if we can just really center our attention and our minds and be present with people and the intention of them, we can probably connect much easier and not have to be stressed out about, you know, forcing it, pushing it, whatever. It's really having the ability to connect. And it's so funny just today, and I think you and I have gone back and forth about this too, but I think it's really hard sometimes for people to truly have that time and that space to connect with someone to where you can actually feel kind of what their desires and their needs are. And I think for me, that's kind of what the entire message was. I mean, the nuggets that I got out of it was if we can just really connect with people, we can make a huge, huge difference. I definitely have noticed that with my last couple of like explorer calls, and then they ended up becoming clients. Like I had one with the husband, and then just from how I was with the husband, the wife wanted to join. And then this other lady, I had a client call right in front of taking a break to go get water at work, right? And she was just like, oh my gosh, she's like, I just feel so connected to you. And but I just actually spent the time really listening, and you know, there was a couple of things that I could actually engage with them on, and that made all the difference, right? And then once you feel that in your heart, everything just kind of just blooms and blossoms from there. And I that's kind of what I got out of this morning.
Yeah. I almost forgot about it until you actually put it out there. It's trust, connection, it's authenticity. And nobody's going to do the things that they really want to do and know how to do them without building that trust, without building that authenticity, without building that connection, and showing them that you can dream with them. And that's what he was showing today, is posture and build that trust. If you don't listen to people in the beginning, really ask questions, really be interested in them, really get vested in them, then they are not going to invest in themselves and they won't know how to dream. But if you dream for them, well, I can't remember exactly what he said, but they're going to take that, your passion, your dreaming, your trust that you have for them, your belief in them, they're going to borrow some of that until they start to believe it for themselves. So that is truly it. And if you believe in them and you show them, look, dude, I believe in you. This is so flippin' possible. This is easy. I listen to you. Like, you could totally do this. You want me to show you how? Well, that just opens up a door. And then that opens up another door. Angie, you were spot on, girl. Spot on.
Yeah, and I think that it goes the same way for coaching, right? Like this one lady that I was speaking with, in fact, she signed that, you know, that day. She had to wait till her check went in the very next day, but she was ready. She was going on and on and on. It's when you start planting those initial seeds and you put them in their heart, that's how they are able to even connect, not just with themselves or with you when they start, but with other people to share that same passion. And I will say that's your passion too, right? Like you're planting those seeds every single time you talk with people. And that's something that I noted, and I can't remember the girl's name this morning on the call, but you can just tell the differences in people that have kind of found that, right? Like they realize that right away. And I think that's what really can also grow our businesses that much quicker, is when you just, I don't know, there's just that extra special connection there. It's not going to happen with everyone, but you know, it can.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here just thinking about this, and Robin is kind of my precipice, I guess, for this, but I hear you, Angie, with this. You plant these seeds. And for me, I'm actually visualizing planting a dandelion seed. And I'm planting that seed because when it starts to grow and it does become a full-grown dandelion, if that wind picks up and I can just breathe a little bit of hope, a little bit of oxygen on that, what happens? This dandelion starts to go and spreads like crazy. And so that is the beauty of that. I mean, you're planting that seed, just like you said, Angie, and they start to plant that in other people. It's beautiful. Ah, I love you, girl. Thank you for offering that this morning. Ah. All right, so Christina's back. Hey, girl. So let's unmute you and see what you got out of this morning too.
Okay, I got a lot, but I'm just going to cover two things that really stuck out to me the most. It really made me see why integrating clients is so important, because then you start to see who's going to do it and who's not. And it just happened to be timing. Jamil was talking about work ethics, and I was thinking about my own work ethics, and all of a sudden I got a text from one of my clients saying, downloaded the app, I'm already starting to read the book. And it was like, kind of like, oh, this is somebody I wasn't even thinking about to begin with as a coach, but here she is. She's like doing it. She's doing the action steps as I'm telling her to do them as a client. So that kind of like stuck out to me. It's like, okay, this is one of, not only do I want to integrate my clients so that they have the tools, but so that I can help identify if this is a system that would work for them to be successful as a coach. The other thing that really like stuck out to me was concepts. Like he was talking about how if we view it as an issue, they'll view it as an issue. If we don't view it as an issue, they won't view it as an issue. And I know personally, I have like so many concepts. I have so many concepts. So that really stuck out to me as far as things that I need to deal with in order to not have concepts so that I can be more successful and impactful on the people around me. So that's it.
And then those are two huge nuggets right there too. When you look at that, it's some are going to do it. Some will, some won't, some do, some don't. And if you're saying, hey, and you're posturing every single person the exact same way with the system and saying, hey, we're going to do a pre-start call the night before. I'm going to text message you. We're going to get on calls. You're text messaging them. They're actually replying back to your days 1 through 8 messages and saying, this is what I've learned. I've actually opened up the book, this, and this. Dude, they're freaking integrating themselves. Those are the people that have intrinsic motivation. That's the 20% of people that you want to invest 80% of your time with, because they're saying, guess what? I'm listening. I'm coachable. I'm going to do the work. And concepts. That's a perfect one to kind of end on. We all have concepts. If we start thinking about these concepts that we have and how are they serving us and how are they serving the people around us, we start to realize that we are starting to attract exactly what we think and who we are. So if I'm kind of one of those people that I'm a perfectionist, I have to get everything right. It's my way or the highway type stuff. Who do you think I'm going to attract? Probably not that many people, honestly, because that comes from ego and that's just going to be nasty. Nobody wants to be around somebody who thinks they know it all. They have to be perfect in this, that, and the other thing, right? But we're going to attract somebody with different concepts. So if we're putting out there things like, that we're believing in, that we believe in ourselves first and that we are amazing, then we're going to start attracting people that are like us. So I would encourage you to start looking at, well, what are these concepts that I have myself? What is it about me that I know maybe these things aren't serving me? Maybe these things aren't serving my family. Maybe these things aren't serving my workplace. Maybe these things aren't serving my friends, okay? When we have limiting belief systems and concepts, we will continue to get more of that. But if we start to get rid of these concepts that don't really work for us and call BS on it, because that's what it is, You can create and design your own future. You are in control of everything that happens to you in your life. What is happening to you right now in this moment is because of what you are allowing yourself to think and do every single day. When you start to change that and call that and say, no more. I'm not going to listen to that. That's not serving me. That's not serving my life. That's not serving my family. That's not serving my husband. That's not serving my kids. That's not serving the people around me. Bull crap, I'm bigger and better than that. And I deserve more, and so does everybody else around me. And start pulling up those big girl panties, then we start becoming more. But it takes work. It takes those mental push-ups that Jamil's talking about. And it's hard work. But it's so freaking worth it when you get on the other side, guys. And then it takes less time to stop yourself and sit in there. Like we'd sit on the couch and be like, oh, woe is me. This is why my life is the way it is. Oh, blah, blah. Get up, do something different. Get into action. Get out of here and get into action. So I kind of want to wrap this up and take a few minutes here. There was a couple of things that I kind of want to end on the call with. Jeremiah and I were talking this morning as we were on the call with Jamil and designing what December is really going to look like. And one of the things that we're so flippin' happy about for those of you that are local is that we're going to finally get in our house. One of the main reasons why I really wanted this house, you guys, is not just because we needed something bigger, but yeah, the reason why is I wanted my own office and a space for you guys to come and bring your families and connect, have fun. So as Lisa was talking about this, we are going to be doing now Sundays from 2 to 5 p.m. Where anybody who's local, come over. Want you guys to work on the business, bring your kids together, bring them over, let the kids play. Jake will be there. Allow them to play in the house, go flipping crazy, be comfortable, come in your sweats, whatever you want to do. And then we'll work. We'll talk about what concepts we have, whatever we need to work through, whether it's, bring your laptops, things like that, whatever we need to work on to become stronger and better in our business. One Sunday out of a month, we'll do it where we bring the hubbies over and we'll have the whole family and we'll do dinner at the house too. And so everybody can come, have dinner at the house, bring the family, allow this connection and love to happen. That was really, just really one of my goals, because I want this family. I want this to work. I want to bring everybody together. I want everybody to feel the connection and the love. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted a bigger place, was to be able to bring everybody over, to have fun, to grow and become more as a family and a community, help you guys grow your businesses. It's a really kind of dynamic vision that I want for everybody. So I'm hoping this next Sunday, the one after, it will be time enough where we've got everything unpacked, but I'll let you guys know on that one. You guys are more than welcome to come over and unpack this next week and help me. But I kind of want to end this on a step that, well, if we don't get into action, really don't do anything, then we're never going to become more. We're never going to have more. We're never going to be able to impact the lives that we want to create. So I want you guys to write down some things for me right now. All of you that are on this line right now, this is obviously important to you. What do you want? I want you guys, when you get off of this call, to write down, what do you want? And this is, what do you want in life? This could be what you want for your marriage, your business, your family life, for your house, for your finances. Whatever it is, I want you to write down what you want. Why do you want to create that? Why is this so important for you to start creating something different than what you have right now? And then I want you to think about, what do you need to do to make that happen? Think about those action steps. What is it that you know that we need to do in order to make those things possible? And it may be, that you need to have support with that too. Family life, support of your kids, support of your husband, support from me, support from yourself, right? Sometimes we need to give ourselves permission. But what are those things that you need to work on to get there? What do you know that you're not competent in right now, so that we can give you confidence in what you want to do? And then I want you guys to text me. If this is something that you want to do and that you guys want to create and you guys want my help, this is the only reason that I'm here. I want to be able to give you that gift. Let's partner up. Let's figure out what you want. I tell you guys day in and day out, use me, utilize me. Jamel talked about this all the time. Karen doesn't sit there and go, hey, did you post today? Did you talk to people today? These things. No, Jamel's going to him, hey, this is what I did. What do you think? So I'm doing to him all the freaking time. I'm like, uh-oh, I tried this. What do you think? And he's like, well, I don't know. Like, let's talk about that. I want to help you guys create whatever it is that you want to create. This is about you. This is your life. This is your business too. You're the CEO of your own company. You guys have the ability to create anything and everything that your heart desires. I can give you the tools. I can give you everything. But it comes down to actually you doing the work, right? I can't do the work. And if I did, it ain't going to be as genuine because it's not you. So let me show you how to do those things. Let me help keep you accountable. So if you guys want this, I'm here. Let's go have some freaking fun. Let's go have a blast creating this dynamic, amazing life that you guys want to create. I'm creating it. I want you guys to come with. This is fun. It's fun impacting people's lives. It's fun making a difference in the community. It is a flippin' blast creating our flippin' dream home to be able to have you guys over to come sit and romp around in your guys' socks and PJs if you guys want to, and have your families come over. I want to build a dream with you guys. So let's go have fun and create it. All right, you guys got your action steps. You guys all in? Yeah, baby. All right, let's go have some fun. Tell me what you guys want. Today's December 1st. If you have reached senior coach and you guys have not done your map and you haven't done your map session yet and your contact list, I would highly suggest doing that. If you guys don't know how to do that and you've hit senior coach, please let me know so that I can help assist you on that. We want to have that done by about the 5th of the month. It's about creating goals and systems and kind of living a little bit in structure to help you get there. If we don't have a map and we don't know where we're going, we have no idea where we're going. So let me work with you guys. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing freaking day, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.